Start recording. Good morning. Good morning. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Namaste. Right. It's 10:27. 10:27. Quick turnaround. Looks like a bomb's hit it here. It looks like a bomb's hit it. I used to say that to the kids. They go in their bedroom. Sort your bedrooms out. It looks like a bomb's hit it. And they looked it up in the dictionary. Posh. What's bombs hit it? Well, there you go. And this place looks like it's been burgled. Let's see if this works. Now I've clicked the go live button. Now I reckon we're on track. Good morning. Is it working? Come on in. Oh, yeah, little bit of action going on here. Little TV show, little cheeky TV show. Good morning, Stuart. Nice to have your company. Is the sound okay? Can you hear me? I'm recording for YouTube at the same time here. So, yes, all good. And breathe. Welcome to the SHAC. Safe, happy and creative. Stay home and craft. Weather's horrible. Well, no, we can't say that. It's raining. It's raining in Crowborough in the southeast of England. What about you? How are you? Everybody okay? Come on in. We got the ducks to do today. Duck-a-luck. Yeah. Good morning, Hilda. I'm fine. How are you? Did you watch the telly this morning? Went all right, didn't it? Went all right. You certainly like those cherry green stamps. Golly, they are beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. When you start playing with them, when you start looking at them, difficult for you to see from home just how magnificent they are. You know, the first set, if you got them, they're quite, I won't say basic, that's not true. They're glorious. This is just an extension of. So you got the first three, you need the next four. You do, because they cross-pollinate. Really nice. What glasses have I got on? Oh yeah, these ones. I treated myself to some new ones. Ferocious, they are. Right, come on in. Good morning from Watford. Good morning, Watford. Oh no, it's Anne. Come on in. Good to have your company. And it is 10:29. 10:29. Don't forget, at 12 o'clock, Stuart, good man, he's in the building. He'll direct you if you're interested. Stuart is going to show you where the groovy download is, the lovely groovy download at 12 o'clock, to keep you company this weekend. And we're going to finish the ducks today, and then on Monday I've got something really cool, because next week again, remember, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, every other day. Good morning, Jane. Oh my goodness, I love that. Do you like my shirt, Ray? Thank you. Yeah, I like it too. A little bit blingy, but hey ho. It's really long. Covers a host of sins. Good to have your company. Hour of downtime. And then at 1 o'clock I'll go again on Hochanda. Yeah, very busy. Selling out. Added more stock, sold that out. It's going a bit mad, but that's okay. That sounds like a clarity problem. Problem not. It's not my problem this morning though. We're in the SHAC, and we're going to do our ducks. Wait till you see what I've done with my ducks. Yes. So we're going to use our postcards, aren't we? We're going to use our postcards. Now, let's have a look. Do you know, I've drawn a complete blank. What's the name? Hang on a minute. Come on in. You're all here. Oh, I look at her artwork all the time. Who's the clever lady? Oh, genuinely. It's because I've got too much going on. This is happening a lot at the moment. Let me clean that braid before I stain it permanently. And that will give me a chance to think. Right. So while I'm thinking, I'll show you how to clean a brayer. Like that. Like that. Bit of water. Spritz a bit of water onto a paper towel. So I should have done this a little bit sooner, but it was all a bit manic on the telly, wasn't it? Let's just do that. There you go. Easy. Easy. That's it. Fantastic. Right, okay, good job we cleaned it. Right, we're ready to go. So when we did the ducks on Wednesday, oh, come on, what's the name of the lady that remembered to put the ducks to the front, or to show us the trick how to put the ducks to the front? Come on. Everybody's been doing a trick and I've just drawn a complete blank. I apologise. I'm not usually this bad. Well, that's not true. It's getting worse. You'll tell me. Come on, tell me her name. What was the clever lady that told us how to put the ducks to the front, because we had a Boeing 747 because it was behind the tree? Do you remember? Sonia Goodliff. Thank you. Knew it. Just had a complete mind fart. It's weird how that happens to me. Is it only me? It can't just be me that this happens to. Sonia Goodliff, thank you for redirecting the project. I mean that most genuinely, folks. I looked at it and I thought, of course, why didn't I think of that? But I didn't. But Sonia did. And that's why I thought we'd have a little look-see at what Sonia came up with. And I'll show you what I did. And then I completely revamped the entire project. Because I thought, these trees look like green pretzels. And you could say all day long, well, they're quite arty. They still look like green pretzels at the end of the day. So I thought, right, I'm changing it. I'm going for it. And because we only meet every other day, I had the time to. Isn't that cool? Right, postcards. This isn't Selly Telly. I've just done Selly Telly. However, if you haven't got the postcards, treat yourself. The Feathered Friends postcards. There you go. Feathered Friends. 3 sets, 10 quid, and then you're in the game. And then you're colouring in, and you're going to love it. Okay. Now, let's have a look. The number of times I've seen people, oh, I wish I had the postcards. Well, well, Stuart, help. Right, and now, because we've got a lot to do, because we've got to rework, shall I show you what I've done? Right, let me have a look. Camera number 3. Okay, you ready? Look-see, look-see. I know. And there are the lavender fields. How about that? And I thought that would be perfect because of the colour that we put in the ducks, drakes. Do you like? Isn't that nice? So what we're going to do today, first of all, I'm going to show you how to move the duck to the... Look, I'll show you, because that's where he is. Look, this was me practicing. Before I obliterated my artwork, I thought I better check that it looks good. So what Sonia suggested, because I said, this is all wrong. Look where the duck is behind the tree. How's that possible? Looks like a Boeing 747, you know. And then, so we got into that, decided it was very arty, leave it where it is, because I'd already done the trees, and I thought, well, it's too late now. But no, it is not too late. You can rub it out. So what I'm going to do is show you how we get from that to that in exactly 1 hour. Okay? Sorry if I'm a bit manic. It's what happens when I'm on telly. It's what happens. It's just nerves. It's all right. I'll calm down as soon as we start colouring. I will. So what I want to show you is what the process is. How to get rid. See, because it was so easy. When Sonia said it, I thought, of course, stupid girl. Right? But because I'd already done the artwork, I didn't think it was possible. If you've done the artwork, well, hello. All you need is the rubber. right? Because it really does. Look, this is the one I'm working on, see? And I rub it out. You know, I keep saying all you got to do is rub it out. So literally rub it out. And even if you can see it a little bit, oh, these glasses, I'm not sure about these. That's better. Even if you can see it a little bit here, like there, it doesn't matter because we're going to cover it up. It will be fine. So let me show you, and then you can decide whether you want to do it or not. Can you see this all right? Yeah? Right. So this is how we take the duck from the back to the front. Easy, right? First thing we're going to do, right, if you've already coloured in the tree at the front here, then the first thing you've got to do is rub out with the pink end of your eraser pencil. You've got to rub these bits out, but only the bit where the duck is, right? Only the bit where the duck is, so that this bit here. The reason I'm doing it twice is I want to let it dry. So it's just where the duck is. You've got to get rid, yeah? Then enter the Posca pen. Right, you get different thicknesses. I've gone with a thick one only because there was quite a lot of colour stain on my bird, and I just decided that I wanted to cover it up. And also the thing about the Posca pens is there are thinner ones. This one's got two ends. So hang on, let me just shake it a bit. When you want total coverage, like total, these are great. This is the answer to the total coverage solution. We've got them on the website. I'll show you, right? You'll see, like completely white, total whiteness, okay? Madly so. No. Really cool, okay? And if you shake it up a little bit, it gets even whiter. Give it a little shake, see if it's a bit whiter now. There you go, check it out. Yeah? So, what we're going to do is use a Posca pen. A pergoliner would probably do, not a pergoliner, a Pergamano pen, but it won't be as white. You'll have to dib. These are pretty good though. We're waiting on the thin ones. The fat ones do the job perfectly. Right, so I've got my glasses on, and then what we're going to do, right, is this is Sonia's trick. So what we're going to do is just run through like so and cover up. It's like Tipp-Ex. If you've got Tipp-Ex, go for it. So you're going to get rid of all the tree part that's in front. Right, so this is it here. Here we go. Get rid of this. We'll have to redraw it, but that's not a problem. Right, so just block out with the Posca pen. Just get rid. See, the fat ones are quite good for this. Right, okay. And then the pen is going to come along there, like that, like that, like that. And when it dries, so you might need a couple of layers. See if we can see it better on this camera. Right, so then you're going to go in again, get a couple of layers just to black it out, white it out. Right, are we cool with this? I just wanted to show you this because I thought, yeah, right, and there's a foot thing going on here as well, otherwise he's straddling the tree, which is even cleverer. Crikey. Mighty duck, indeed. Right, see, so you're going to do that, get a bit of white going. Right, SHAC. Okay, and then that dries. Let me have a look at this camera. So we're quite a long way away, aren't we, for the SHAC. Let me just put this away. If anybody wants these, Stuart's the man to give you the link. Let me just work my way around here, and should we make this a little bit? Let's come in a little bit closer, baby. Right, ready? I'll have to zoom out before 1 o'clock though, or I'll never hear the end of it. Right, that'll do. That's better, isn't it? You can see what I'm doing now. See, now that takes a little while to dry. Not bad, but it does take a little while to dry. And then when you look at it, what I did was, because it goes quite glossy, it's like Tipp-Ex. Do you remember the good old days, Pitman's? God, I did. Especially when I was doing the Portuguese course. God, dear oh dear, I don't speak Portuguese. That was a challenge. Right. So what you need to rough up the surface, it's all logical. I figured this out by myself. But many thanks to Sonia for giving us the old, the redirection. Isn't that great? Hey, brilliant. I'm not saying you have to do it. If you want to keep it the way it is, by all means, you know, but I just felt that it might not, it's an option, isn't it? And what's cool about this is that you don't have to settle for what you've got. You know, there's so much going on at the moment, you just got to accept it. It's like, it is what it is. How many times have you heard me say that? It is what it is, right? But this, if you've, provided you've got, you've used colouring pencils that will rub out, like polychromos or pergoliners, provided you've got a good rubber, a good eraser, and provided you've got a good whiteout pen, let's do this thing, right? So, calm it. You can tell I'm a bit hyper. Be all right. It's normal. It's normal. If you were doing live television, you'd be hyper and all. It's just the way it is. You're running, aren't you? A million miles an hour in your head. Because you've got to be, I'm doing the cameras, I'm thinking, I'm pitching, I'm introducing, I've got to try and be calm. Did you watch? And did you learn anything? Did I tell you anything you didn't already know? Please say yes. Right. Okay. So, once it's dry, let's go to the one that's already dry so that you can see what I'm going to do, right? And the reason I'm telling you this is because you could still do this afterwards. We could still do all the tree stuff. Just don't put any more ink in the bird. Don't put the little leafery through the bird, because you won't have done, because we haven't thought about that yet, have we? So then what we're going to do is now, usually we've got different, look, we've got rubbers that are pink and we've got rubbers that are white. So the rubbers that are white are the ones that get rid of, you know, when we're getting rid of ink or we're taking the colour out of the back of parchment. This is the one, isn't it? The pink one is when we're getting rid of colour. Like if we want to get rid of the brown, for example, we use the pink one. Now, in order to rough up this so that it will take the pencil again, I've gone over it. I've already done it. I'm not going to keep going, otherwise in a minute I'll rub it out completely. I've gone over the whiteout, which is why it's a lot less than this. I've gone over it with a white rubber, and that gives it a bit more purchase again. Purchase is just a word for a bit of texture, a bit of tread, you know, so that the pencil's got something to grip to. It's like trying to, like lightly sanding shrink plastic so that the pencil will take. I mean, top tip, if you didn't know that, if you do use shrink plastic, say you stamp an image on shrink, if you sand it lightly before you even stamp your image onto the shrink plastic, just sand it with a real fine sandpaper, not scratchy, not too scratchy, but then you can colour it in before you shrink it beautifully with pergoliners or polychromos. Whereas if you don't lightly sand it, the pencils just slide around on the plastic surface, you know. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take the white end of the rubber and we're going to lightly rough up, so to speak, this edge, right, the whiteness. And then, right, this is why you need a few little tricks of the trade, little tools of the trade to do this as well. Now I'm going to go in with the 005. You know these pens I'm always bleating on about? The finest one. Listen, if you've only got an HB pencil, use an HB pencil. But what we're going to do now is just slowly, let me just get it right. Just get it so that it's running right. Okay. Right, so now what I'm going to do is redraw the bird to the front. So I'm going to come in here lightly, start here. We're going to join that line up there like that. It doesn't have to be that perfect, because look how dark and shady it is by the time it's done. You see? You just got to kind of re-establish the lines. So now let's have a think. Probably that one is not quite. I would have said that okay, so we'll go like that there, like so, like that, and then we've got the duck's leg there. See, I've missed a little bit on the duck's leg. I can see it now with the white out. He's got socks on. See there? He needs a little bit of white out on there. Okay, right, be aware, wet. Yeah, and also, if you want to get in real detail, you see, you can use these, look. Just shuffle it around a bit. That's it. Okay. That's it. That'll do. Right, so a little bit of bodging, but that's okay. Thank you, Sonia. Right, and then we're going to come round here, and then this is going to be... So, Bob's your uncle. The tail now is in front of the... See? The tail's in front of the tree. So we've gone from behind the tree, Boeing 747, to in front of the tree, perfect perspective. There you go. And that's that. And then once you've got that, then we're back on colouring again. Right? We're back on colouring again. And with the bird, so you might have to go a little bit darker than you would have done usually, just to cover up. But what you'll find is that if you've got a bit of purchase now, because you've roughed up the... See? Then you're going to go light feathery strokes like that. You'll find the darker colours will... Once you get a layer going, it's easy. Here we go. Right, up we go. So let's get a bit of shadow going. And now it's just a camouflage job. Camouflage. There you go. And no one will ever know that this was a ninja, a mutant duck. But it's a good lesson. It's a good lesson. It's a good learning curve, isn't it? That you can do this. And you'll see as you add your colours as well, so you can still see that there. But you won't be, by the time I'm finished, you won't see that. You won't see, this will all be shaded. And we can add a little bit more white. Here we go. And then when you start with the old stippling, that will cover it up nicely. See? Camouflage. Camouflage the tail of the duck, as you would. There you go. Stipple away. Slow down, grey, before you spoil it. My favourite colour. Oh, what colours am I using? Sorry. Stuart, I'm using warm grey 4 and cold grey 5. Series of cold grey 5. These are those ones that are all, and warm grey 2. These are the ones that are in that set of 12 that we got in addition for shading. The red's the one that really, right, flick, flick, flick. Little flash of red. There you go. And so you can see how you can build it up. I mean, obviously I haven't finished the duck, so it looks a bit weird, but you can see immediately how you can change the perspective on that. And then as far as the tree goes in the background, right, because when we rubbed out we lost a little bit, just recreate, just put it back. Underneath here it'll be a little bit darker now, so you can create a little bit of a shadow under here. Right, there you go. And then suddenly the whole thing starts to look as if it was never any different. Just tarting them up, titivating a little bit, you see? There you go, get over that orange foot. Now the leg's in the right place. Actually, it's better than that one. There you go. Boom, bombardier. He's off again. You like? Right, so that's what Sonia was trying to explain. That's what she's explained very well, actually, but that's how it works. And most of us, a lot of us, would already be familiar with that. But isn't it funny how you can't see the spot you're standing on? Never even crossed my mind, because I'd already gone so far down the colouring route. I thought, oh, well, it's what it is. We've got a bombardier area. Okay, So now we've done that. Thank you, Sonia. Is everybody happy? Let's have a cup of tea. Come on. What's the time? Oh, yeah, easy. Right, now we've corrected that. Let's sort the background out, shall we? Okay. Not just you. I was too late to alter mine. Yeah, but check it out. We weren't too late, were we? Wunderbar. Now, we've done that. Let's look at the trees. The rest is really easy. I'm just going to show you a little bit of the trees because, of course, you've got all weekend to do it, but it looks so pretty. In fact, I'll show you on the black and white one up close so you see exactly what I'm actually... Let it focus a minute. Let it focus. Let it focus. There. You see? Right. Now, so all I've done is just tiny little leaves, loads of them, over the top of the coloured one. Like, so that's where we're at. Right. Still got to do a bit more to his tail. Right, here we go. Right, so when you're looking close, the colours are really lovely. See, so we're going to do the black, that tiny fine pen, and we're going to do loads of little leaves. But it looks so pretty, look, from a distance. Doesn't that look nice? I think that looks far better, don't you? So let's do that then. What do we need? We need that 005 pen again. This one. That one. And we need a good pair of specs. Have I forgotten something? I've got a feeling someone's shouting at me, but I can't hear you. Scrambled brains. I've just saw someone writing scrambled brains. Yeah, I know. I know. It is this week, hey? It's more than ever. It's like, I don't know what is going on. Scrambled brains. It's like brain fog. Weird. Right, so what we're going to do is start at the top and hold your pen like that, upright, really fine. And then just start making little, go slowly. And then just make little, like vines. It is literally a little doodle like that. So all you SHAC doodlers, here we go. And you're making little, you know, little leaves really, tiny little leaves, little circles like this. And it doesn't look like much until you've done quite a lot, see? So you go like that. Can you see this all right? And you come in here a little bit as well, right? Now, whether you do the background first in a minute, it's up to you. It's 6 of one and half dozen of the other. But I'll show you how this works and then we'll crack on. So it's just tiny little leaves, literally like that, but in miniature. It's, if I was doing it like Ninja, like the mutant, like the duck, right? What I'm doing is this, that, then I'm coming round a bit, put another one in, do that, twiddle a little bit further. That's all I'm doing. Put another one in, leaves. Another one, doodle a bit further, drop a few down, go a bit further, like that. That's all you're doing, just literally running down here, and you can make, it's up to you, it's your art. You decide how leafy is it, or do you want to just leave it as a green pretzel? Entirely your decision. I'm just offering you another solution, right? Also, this is a really, what I liked about this, yeah, what I was pleased with was the end result, the look, right? So I could doodle trees now that these look gorgeous. You see what I'm getting at? They look like apple trees or lemon trees, just lovely. So you can build your arsenal of skills here as well, you know. And I thought, well, since, you know, like with Sonia, in keeping with what Sonia showed us, that we can change things. We don't have to accept what we've got, right? In the same way, I looked at these trees and I thought, well, while we're having a makeover, let's do it. Let's do it, people. Right. And the only reason that I'm making these leaves tiny, tiny is because I think the overall impact looks better. And secondly, it's supposed to be behind the duck. Otherwise, we're going to have the same thing again. It's like, crikey, look at the size of those leaves. And then we're off again. Yeah? It just needs to be big enough that you can actually get a pencil colour in it. There you go. So let's just say we've done that. And it's like squiggle, squiggle, squiggle. We've already coloured in. That's fine. This is where your polychromos and your pergoliners come into play, because they're opaque, they're oil-based, they're waxy. So that means that when I go over the top now, for example, with the red, I need quite sharp. They need to be quite pointed to be able to get into the colour. See, that's a little bit extreme grey. Yeah. See, and then what you do is you go in, and believe it or not, you colour all these in. So I went through and I did like random red all the way round, just went all the way through the tree. So I did all this first, yeah, and then I went all the way through the tree and I picked out the red ones. See, so there's random red all the way through it. I could still keep going with this. There's so much there. And the thing about this as well is, I can, if I want to, if I feel, do you know, it looks still looks a bit weird, I can still close up these sky gaps by adding, now, look, I can go in and add more. It doesn't matter. Look, if I feel I want to close that sky gap a bit more, I feel it still looks a little bit like a pretzel. I just add a few more of those, and then I go in and I add a little bit of red. Not too much, otherwise it will be an apple tree. Then I'll add all the colours that we used. The reason this is so easy on the eye, this picture, if you like, I think it is anyway. I think it's all sort of tone in tone. It's very easy on the eye, isn't it? The reason is because all the colours, I've only got a selection of colours. So, for example, the red I've used is deep scarlet red. The yellow I've used is, I've got two yellows going here. Dark Naples ochre. See? So what I'm saying is I haven't gone over to like a cadmium or a lime green, or then it just gets too busy. So there's just a set of colours I've used. The ones in the duck are the same ones that are in the background. That's what I mean. Right, so now I've got my yellow. Oh, yeah. And now I go in and I just add little flashes of yellow. See? And this is when the head slows down and we chill and we just start colouring in. Just little flashes. And even though the background's already been done, it doesn't matter, because it will go straight over the top. It blends in beautifully. And then the green one, the next one, again, nice sharp tip to do this. But you'll see, it looks so pretty when it's finished. Let's have a look. Slowly does it with the sharpening so you don't wreck your pencil. So, and then you go in with the green, see? Cool, you need a good pair of bins for this one, don't you? Oh, don't press too hard. Right. And that is what you're going to do all through. Look, see how nice it looks when it's done. So this bit I've brought, look, you just saw me do it. I brought this in here a bit tighter. So just tiny little leaves. Nobody looks at the detail of the leaves. What you look at is the overall impact, what it looks like from there. If you don't, oh, it looks very bright, doesn't it? See? It's getting real tight. Let's just let it focus. There. You see? It's good, isn't it? So I'm of the mind that tightening up these pretzel holes looks better, you know. So that's what you're going to do all through the, that is what I'm suggesting that we do all through here. But I mean, we're not going to do it now because I want to do the background. We can always come back to it, can't we? It's just showing you how to do it, I think, is the key here. How many of you actually doodle along with me? Who doodles along and who watches and then does it later? Come on, hands up. Who doodles along? Some and some? Or who sits and watches and then catches up later in her own time or his own time? Eh? I think it depends what you're doing, doesn't it? I imagine colouring would be easier to colour along, but doodling, you know, like what we're going to do next week, I'd probably watch that. I'm not saying you should, I'm just saying I would. I think I'd probably watch first and then do it afterwards. But I don't know. Depends. Again, it depends what you're doing, doesn't it? Totally. Next week's going to be fabulous. I can't wait. I worked it out when I was over at Mum and Dad's last week. And so I've been sitting on it for a week now, waiting patiently. But we're going to have such a good time next week. What you need next week, before I forget to tell you, do you remember when we did the baubles? Stuart, you're going to help me with this one. Do you remember when we did the baubles? And we gave you 2 downloads, and one was like a wheel. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, hello. Where is it? One was like a wheel, and one, yeah. Do you remember when we did? Well, where's my? Oh, I haven't left it over at Mum and Dad's. That'd be a challenge. Yeah, I don't know where it is. Stuart knows. There were discs, and there's one that's like a wheel, like it's got loads and loads of lines, loads of spokes and nested circles. That's the one we need for Monday. Okay, and it's a download. It's free. Just ask Stuart for the link. He'll do it for you. And it's not the hexagon or the octagon. You remember that download with the nesteds? It's the other one that had circle on circle on circle and then loads and loads of spokes like a wheel. They're the ones we want. Okay, so maybe if you get a chance, if you fancy joining in on Monday, but again, we just said maybe you just want to watch. But that's what we're going to work with, that one. So pretty, okay? That's what we're going to do. Right, can you hear me still, or have I just turned the sound off? All good, eh? Right, now let's have a look. So we're going to do that job until we get to that. Now the next thing I want to do, let's just stay here, because colour-wise, what I used next, it was the sky, and I actually went with sky blue because I thought the clue's in the name, really, isn't it? Again, sounds like I'm trying to push these pencils. I'm not. I'm just telling you. That set of 12, the sky blue is in the set of 12. Only because I felt that when I went to do sky weeks and weeks ago, all the blues were a bit dark. So let's have a look. To get to the sky, what we're going to do is we're going to make a flat, get it flat. So we've got a chisel. And then really, 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 really lightly, right? Really lightly, so you can hardly see it. You're going to go like that. Okay? When don't go over the green. Look, just go like that. And get a little bit of blue down. And then inside like that, in the little cheeses, in the holes, just put a bit of blue in. With the flat. What have we got here? Yeah, there you are. So that's going to be the sky there, bit of sky. And what you'll find is when we start adding the background, that's the other thing. At the moment, right, the pretzel tree is like glaring at us because there's nothing in the background, so the contrast between white and colour is extreme. But once we start loading the blue in here, it changes it completely. Look, totally. Same as here. See, the yellow in the background just drops straight. It just drops the holes, doesn't it? The green in the background, holes gone. You see? So, what are we learning? Well, it ain't over till it's over for a start. I think that's key, isn't it? So if we wanted to make it a little bit darker in this side here, which I do for said reason. Right. I'll tell you what I have to say. I really am grateful that you all agree with me about just knocking down to, paring back to 3 days. 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I really, really have felt the benefits of that this week. And I bet you have as well, actually. You know, because, I mean, I can't speak for you. I can't, of course I can't. But it does give you a chance to catch up and keep up, doesn't it? Several people have contacted me and said, much better for them because they've got to go to work or they're looking after the grandchildren. So we're putting down a really light sky. Right, just real light with the flat of the pencil. Right, here we go. There we are. Now, what we want to do though, this is a good lesson, is now we want to get lighter as we go forward. You see how it starts out quite dark here, and then as it moves towards the sun, it gets lighter and lighter. So what we'll do is, this is quite easy. Well, you've got choices. Can I make a suggestion? You see, if you hold the pencil at the front, you've got real control, haven't you? But if you were to move your fingers up there a little bit, you'll see, try on a bit of scrap first. It's just a suggestion, right? Hold it down here and then press, right? And see if you can control how heavy you press. If you move your fingers up there, so it's a bit further away, what you'll find is you can't press hard anyway because you just haven't got the leverage, okay? So if you're struggling, if you feel you're a little bit heavy-handed, as you come away now, maybe start sliding up the pencil shaft a bit, so to speak, right? So you can come up now, right? And if you feel, okay, I want to get a bit lighter, just bring it up a bit. And this finger, what you'll see is, this finger's stopping me going over the mountains. Look, see? Hardly touching the paper now. Now go back the other way. So, come back this way again. Get in here. Get in here. Glottal stop, Ray. Right, there you go. So you put down one layer. See my finger here is just stopping the, especially when I'm holding it up so far up, I haven't got the control. So I need to control the movement with my other finger. Works really well though. You'll see it gives you a lot more, it's just a lot lighter. Right, that'll do. I don't want to come any further than that. So then what we can do, you see, we can just add a bit of, let's go the other way now. Let's cross hatch it a bit. Just going to come the other way now with the pencil. Just this way, just lightly. See, in a minute, this is all going to be covered in little black flies. No, they don't look like black flies. Don't start. Or you could turn it into a blossom tree. You could do loads with this, actually. Once you've got your green pretzel frame, you're off and running, aren't you? It is arty, though. Right. See? You'll know how to hold the pencil to get what you need. And then underneath the bird, maybe just add a little bit of depth, bit of shadow. There you go. Right, so we've got a nice blue there, and you'll see it's a combination of black flies and leaves. Right, so we've done that bit. You're going to be really good at this because we've done it many, many times. Now, what I did do though, I picked another yellow for the sky, the sun. So just to recap, what have we got here? I've done sky blue 146. I've done deep scarlet red 219. Some of you want to know. I've done 184 dark Naples ochre, and I've done pine green Tannengrün 267. And now what I've got, I picked a warm yellow, dark cadmium yellow, which is number 108, and that's what I've used for this lovely orb, warm orb. Yeah, so we'll get a nice, see, it can be really dark. Don't want it dark though, I want it really light. I can build it. Okay, so I get my flat like that. Here comes a duck, listen. Boom. Right, so what we're going to do, I've got a little bit of blue in my sun, so I'm going to get rid of it, only because I know when yellow hits blue we end up with green. So I'm going to just get rid of that little bit of blue. Call me pedantic if you will. Right, you ready? Right, flat. Here we go. Okay, nice light colour, really loose circular motions along that edge. Stay away from the blue or you'll get green. Really lightly. And you know, you can still do the trick with the finger if you feel. Concentrate on the edge. Just like that. We did this. Do you remember when the first time we did this was the Japanese lady? Do you remember the geisha? That was when we started pushing the boat out and adding colour, didn't we? Oh, that was a lovely one. The doodle with the geisha. I wonder what chapter that was, or what project that was. It was months ago, wasn't it? Quite a while ago, anyway. Right, so now I'm going to come over lightly over the top. See? It's light on this side, dark on that side. Yeah? So we'll go again. I tell you what, this is where those blending pens come in handy. You know, the dry blending pens. Did you see I got the oil out today? The Dorso oil with the blending pens to blend those colours. I mean, that's always going to be an option, always. But I think for us, dry is good for now. Maybe down the road we'll give it a go. But dry blending is good. Let's do this side gently now to make it look dimensional. Okay, lightly does it. Can always add layers later. Can't we? What's the time? 11:15. Crikey, where did that hour go, eh? I haven't even done the... What are we going to do? We haven't done the lavender yet. Or the... What do you think? What do we do? Do we bring it back on Monday? Doesn't that look pretty? So I don't want to rush it, otherwise it completely defeats the object. The whole idea of the SHAC is for us to have a little bit of mental, a little bit of yoga for the mind, isn't it? A little bit of a switch off. There, that looks good, doesn't it? Hey? So I don't want to rush it, but we're not done. We're not even close to done yet. Right. Here we go. Nice. So what do we do? What do we do? Thinks. Right, so when we've done that, we need our, just get a blending pen, and I need a nib. I treated myself to some clean ones. Right, clean nib. And then I'm just going to spread this. Oh, yeah, as soon as you do that, thank you. As soon as you do this, it just smooths it out so nicely. What a difference. Right, there you go. So you smooth it out. You can always add more afterwards. There you are. So, you see? And then if you want to really get that, just break that back end, the one that goes in there, just break the edge a little bit like that, and then you can get a really, this is really good for larger areas. Try not to spit at the artwork, I find that always. That work? Hey? We're doing a jelly plate at 1 o'clock. If you like gel press art, I'm going to do a real, like, I won't say long-winded, that sounds boring, a real in-depth gel press demo at 1 o'clock on Hochanda. That's what I'm going to do. Right. Okay. So that looks good, doesn't it? Hey? Still, I could do more, but that'll do. There you go. So that's that done. Now, the next thing is the hills. So actually, the hills are the same colour as the green again, the pine. Yeah? But what we're going to do, right, again, this is all about shading, isn't it? So really, really lightly here, let's just get it started like that. Because this is do you remember the lesson with this is, because it's the same colour as the drake's head, but it's such a dark green, right? There you go. You've got it's a good learning curve, is to get that real light colour. Right, let me show you a trick. So you get a coat like that of the green down, really lightly. And we're going to come up here as well. Again, this side, yeah, let's just get a little bit of green going. Sort of change direction every now and again. Here we go. Down we go. So we're working around the back now. Just get a little undercoat down. It goes fast, but I don't want to rush it, you know? It goes fast, but I don't want to rush it. There's another hour here. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? I can carry it over to the blog. I could do that. Right, here we go. Anyway, got another 10 minutes yet. So do that. There we are. So we've got a nice undercoat, you see, of this particular hill. So this is, let me just check what's going on here. So this is the, because I haven't coloured in the tree yet, it's knowing what's what, isn't it? So if that's the, okie dokie, so that's going to be a tree bit there. Yeah, gotcha. Here we are. Okay, that's why it looks a bit weird. Goody goody. Right, so if I was going to say to you, what's my favourite colour? What do I always reach for? What's the one? You all know already. That's right, warm grey 2. Warm grey 2, right? And what I'm going to do now is just go in with warm grey 2 over the top, just to tone it down a bit. Just a little bit. You need a neutral colour to go over the top. So we could use a little bit of warm grey 2. There you go. And this will just take the edge off the green a bit. Yeah? So you blend it, because you're not pressing hard, you see, you're putting down layers of colour, and in a minute we'll mix them all up like a cocktail. So just lightly, 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 changing the colour of the green. But we're not changing the colour of the green per se, we're changing the kind of tone, if you like. Right, so now we've done that, you see, and we're going to do the same here as well. But let me take my, this is where it gets interesting. Let's take the green again, just like we did. Let's do this bit of hill here as well, and you'll see. So here, just like we did with the blue up there, we want it to go lighter. See how it's darker here but lighter there. So let's just get a little bit of that green in there, like that. That's it. Okay. Bit of green in that area there. And then a little bit of the dark grey to tone it down, the warm grey, just to tone it down a little bit. Like that. Nice. Okay, so we've got a colour. You can see now the green's coming through there and then it's disappearing, just like the blues disappeared. But then what I want to do is take, now let's just see. I don't want to use that yellow. That's a bit bright. Right. I reckon this will do the job. Let me just check something. I should have written it down, but I didn't. Do I want to use that yellow? I want to just leave it with me a minute. Leave it with me a minute. Just check. See, these yellows are so. I'm thinking. What's this one say? Strohgelb. I bet. Right. Right. Strohgelb. It's straw yellow, and that means, which the clue's in the name really. Cream it's called. So what we're going to do, definitely use the cream. And again, you're going to get irritated with me now. This one is in that set of 12. Cream is good. But a yellow, any kind of yellow, but I'm using the cream because I think the one, that's it. So it's kind of a neutral colour. Right, see how it's changing it now. So I'm coming in with that one. Then I'm going to jump across and change the green. Look. See? Just by adding a gentle layer of that one. It's not hard. Look, it doesn't take long. Boom, boom, boom. So we've just changed the green so that the sun's kissing it. Look at the difference. Isn't it? Nice. And then you could take your blending pen if you feel inclined. Hang on, where's the, come on. And then you can smooth it out if you want to. Look, oh, beautiful. Right, so then you smooth it out. And you've got your undercoat. See, it's up to you now. Once you've got your undercoat down, you can add layers. You could go again, a whole generation of the same thing again. Go a bit more green, a bit more warm grey, bit more cream, bit more green, bit more warm grey, lightly does it, bit more cream, and it will get warmer and less granular with every layer. It's entirely up to you how much time you've got. See, I didn't put any warm grey on that one, so it doesn't seem any different to the other one. Get a bit of yellow going, a bit dark, but that'll do. There you go. See, it's interesting when you add different layers over the top of, yeah, it's very lovely really. So that's how you get your lovely blend of mountain colours going. Yeah? What's time? 25 past. Now let me think, what do I need to say? What do I need to say apart from thank you for joining me and thank you for supporting us and thank you for watching on telly and thank you to Stuart and thank you to Sonia. need to say all those things. I'm trying to decide. I'm going to make an executive decision here. I'm going to make an executive decision because the whole idea of the SHAC is to relax and take our time and get good at what we're doing and hang out together. It's not a masterclass, is it? It's not a, right, we've got to knock the ducks out. Hey, it's not that at all, is it? So my suggestion is, because look, this is so, so beautiful. That whole landscape is so lovely. So I'm going to make an executive decision here. I want us to finish this on Monday because I can't just go, right, and now, right, we've done those hills, so now do those hills, do those trees, do that fence and sort out the lavender. Okay, have a good weekend, but it doesn't work like that, does it? It's not what it's about, you know. So I really think that we're going to keep going. We're going to finish the hills. We're going to, you see, before we had 5 days. It's not that we had 5 days. Now we've got 3 days. So sometimes we'll get it done in 3 days, but sometimes we won't. And if we don't, then it will just roll into the next week. I think that's right, don't you? Don't matter, does it? It's not a schedule, it's not a plan. What we do every other week. Well, that's the rough plan, okay? But I think, and it helps me immensely too, is you do the trees, do the little trees, do these trees as well, please, right? If you do these trees as well, these ones there, look, I'll show you. They're there, they're hidden, they're hiding behind the duck. Right, look, we've got to do the tree trunks in brown. Yeah, we could do them together, right? Do the trees, this bit, with all the little leaves for the weekend. Do that tree, that tree, that tree and that tree, yeah? And then the fence and all this and the other hill and the trunks we'll do on Monday. That's what I think. That's the decision. My ride, my rules. If you want to jump ahead, that's fine. It's not a problem. Of course you can. There's no. But what we'll do is we'll go in and we'll do the beautiful lavender and the paths in between. I was looking at them for ages. You know, the paths are kind of yellows and browns and the lavenders are just beautiful colours. So that's what we'll do. You know, Monday morning at 10 o'clock, we'll come back together, and that will give you a chance also, if you choose to, correct your duck, bring your duck to the front from behind the tree, like Sonia suggested, to make all the little tiny detailed leaves, like I suggested, and then we'll do the lavender on Monday, because it's a whole other chapter, isn't it? How does that sound? Sounds all right to me. And then on Wednesday next week, we'll crack on. We'll crack on with the doodle, because I reckon we'll be able to finish this. Or let's do it diplomatically. When we've done this, we'll carry on with the doodling. Can we do that? Hey, so that we're not rushing. I do believe that we stay together. You know, we hang out every other day to keep each other company. You know, not to bang out artwork. It's not about that. This is secondary, isn't it? So let's just enjoy it. You know, let's enjoy it. Have a fantastic weekend. I hope that you can join me at 1 o'clock for the gel press demo. I've got to sort this lot out now. It's good to have your company. Sorry about the shift in time, but it only happens once a month when I'm doing the Mixed Media Fridays. And other than that, stay safe, have a great weekend, and I shall see you on Monday at 10 a.m. Same place at 10 a.m. Okay, lots of love. And any questions, ask Stuart. Stuart, thanks very much for your help. Be safe. Okay, bye-bye now. Bye-bye.